she ran back into the town and told everybody that there was a man out there who probably was the Messiah, the Christ. And they all went out to see, and many of them became believers in Jesus from that woman's initial testimony. Good morning, dear ones. It's good to see you again, and thank you for checking us out again today. The subject for today is spark. And a long time ago, there was a contemporary Christian song that started off with these words: "It only takes a spark to get a fire going." Well, as we know, that's true. Just ask Smokey the Bear, right? Well, anyway, we know that there's that story of Jesus speaking to a woman at the well, and he told her all things about her life. She ran back into the town and told everybody that there was a man out there who probably was the Messiah, the Christ. And they all went out to see, and many of them became believers in Jesus from that woman's initial testimony. Well, all of this brings to mind a man that I knew a number of years ago. I had known him at this time, and I'm going to speak of, for 8 or 9 years. He was a man who was very coarse living, a rough guy, hard talking guy, not an overly pleasant person to be around, but we had occasion to talk many times. And we did have one thing in common. We had both had cancer and radiation in the region of our neck. Well, he had made it clear to me that he had no time for religion, but he knew where I stood with Jesus. Well, the time came when I heard that he was in the hospital. So I was on my way to see him, and as I was driving, I prayed to the Lord, "Lord, please, just let him allow me to pray with him." Well, when I got there to his room, there was a man there with him. And when he saw me, here's how he greeted me. He said, "Fred, I've found the Lord." And there were tears in his eyes as he said that. And he said many other things, all of which were corroborated by the gentleman with him. And it led me to believe this was a genuine conversion. Well, you know what? I went to see him many times after that at his home. We talked about the Lord. He was a changed man. And I tell you, on the way home from the hospital that day, I still had tears in my eyes from that experience. Well, you know, I don't know what the spark was that led him to put his faith in Jesus. I'm just thankful there was one. You know, there's a verse in Jeremiah that I want to read now, and it says this: "Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will hear you, and you will seek me and you will find me. When you seek me with all your heart, I will be found by you." Wow, what a promise from the Lord. Seek him with all your heart. Well, that gentleman has gone to be with the Lord since, and I can say gentleman now because that's the way he ended up. And you know what else? His dear wife, who also was a hard-living, coarse-talking, one of the guys, kind of a gal, she later on put her trust in Jesus also. I saw her several times. She was a new creature in Christ Jesus. So, dear one, let me close with this verse. "But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is rewarder of those who diligently seek him." Now, dear friend, if you have sought him and found him and received him as your Savior, you know the joy of that. And you have become also, through that faith in Christ, a new creation. Have you shared that with others? That's part of our task, isn't it? Share our story with others. And so with that, I'll leave you with that for today. And again, thank you for checking us out today. I pray that all will be well with you, and that if you feel so led, speaking of sharing, that you would, again, share this message, we wanted to get to the ears and eyes of all who need to see and hear it. So with that, we'll bid you farewell till next time. The Lord bless and keep you. So long.